Hello and welcome to Theme Park Information. Please feel free to like, comment and subscribe to the videos for more content. Right, let's get straight into it. This is a review for the Wicker Man at Alton Towers. And I have to say, really impressed with this roller coaster, but it does have a couple of glaring problems with it. So what did I enjoy about it? Well, I think most people will admit this ride is actually really well themed. I think the story and kind of level of detail fits brilliantly with it. I think it works really well with Alton Towers. I think it really complements their lineup. And I think its positioning in the park and location is pretty spot on as well. I mean, it's a bit of a shame we lost the flume, but at the same time, if you're going to replace it with anything, a pretty sweet wooden roller coaster will pretty much sum it up or help. The ride itself, really good layout, in fairness. I think it possibly has a little bit of a lack of airtime at points. And I think sometimes you will queue for this for a hell of a long time. Even though I will say the queue at least does move quite quickly. Because it's quite a long queue line, it goes all the way around the ride, which at least in fairness means you get to interact with the coaster loads and see a variety of the different angles and locations of it, which is also pretty sweet. The effects and stuff like that on this ride are pretty on point as well, and I will be honest, I think the train carriages and stuff like that are also really comfortable and cool. A little bit of a spoiler here, the pre-show thing is also pretty sweet, even though I will say the second you've done it once, it becomes a lot more boring. And nowhere near as cool if you do it multiple times, especially when you just want to get on the ride. In the spite of that, it's still decent. The only other thing I really dislike is the assigned seating. Now, I always see it as a little bit of a problem where I can't sit where I like to, but I do understand that sometimes you will be like put in a certain row, but I always think you should be able to pick if you want to sit at the front, or maybe sometimes the back. I think they should be open to if you want to queue for longer for those positions. And I dislike the fact that this ride doesn't allow you to do that. It pretty much meant that I had two rides on it in row 8 and then 9. It's like pretty much almost exactly the same ride. I will say that one of them was in the daytime and one of them was at night. This is actually a really good night ride as well. The fire effects and stuff like that, pretty beautiful. It's probably the only downside on it. I'd like it to be possibly changed. I know it might not happen, but that would be the thing I'd possibly change, where you can queue for the front if you like to. Other than that, the ride itself, it's a decent length. It's not too long, it's not too short. There's a few really good interactions with the Wicker Man statue as well. The fact that it goes through it 3 times, pretty sweet. I will say, and I'm not sure it's designed, but you do get like a little bit damp going through it. I'm not actually sure that's deliberate. I'm pretty sure that's just the heat from the ride. It's something that they didn't consider. I've been told that as well. So it could be a case of you might get a little bit wet on it, which is not great on a particularly cold or miserable day. Also, I think this ride lacks a tiny bit of airtime. I thought that there is hills, but you don't seem to leave your seat that much on them. And I will be honest, I kind of thought you maybe would do. I think the use of tunnels on this ride is pretty excellent though, I will say that. And I also think the actual brake run for it and / going back into the station, also pretty sweet. Love that, you're not just sitting there waiting patiently for the train to pull up. Will say not having the onload and offload platform in the same spot is a little bit annoying. In different spots even. Having it in the same spot is pretty annoying. But having a baggage hold place in pretty much the perfect location for it is also, that's on point, that's spot on, that's exactly where it should be. So overall, I think this is a really good roller coaster. I think it's possibly, controversially, the second best roller coaster at Alton Towers, behind Nemesis, in case you're wondering. It works really well with that lineup. I think it's a really good ride. I would love to go on it more, preferably on the front and back, but I have a feeling that probably won't happen for a while. Anyway, please feel free to leave your thoughts on the ride down below in the comment section, and please feel free to like, comment and subscribe for more videos. Anyway, I'll catch you guys on the next one.